Welcome to Don't Do This Guide. Today we're going to be talking about herbs. Growing herbs indoors should be simple and fun, right? And it can be once you know the secrets to success. We're going over the most common mistakes people make when trying to grow herbs indoors. So let's get started. Now, you wouldn't plant an entire orchard in your living room, would you? It sounds absurd, right? Yet many people make a similar mistake when it comes to growing herbs indoors. They choose herbs that are better suited for outdoor environments, leading to frustration and disappointment. Just like you wouldn't expect an apple tree to flourish in your living room, you shouldn't expect all herbs to thrive indoors. Understanding the specific needs of each herb is crucial for a successful indoor garden. Some herbs are simply happier outdoors, basking in the full glory of the sun. These herbs have evolved to thrive in conditions that are difficult to replicate indoors. They need the intensity and duration of natural sunlight that only the outdoors can provide. Take rosemary, for example. This sturdy herb thrives in hot, dry climates and needs plenty of sunshine. It's a Mediterranean plant that loves the sun and can withstand drought conditions. Trying to grow it indoors without adequate light is setting it up for failure. Trying to grow rosemary indoors, especially in a less than sunny spot, is like asking a fish to climb a tree. It's just not going to end well. The plant will struggle, become leggy, and eventually wither away. But don't despair. There are plenty of herbs that absolutely thrive indoors. With the right conditions, you can have a lush and productive indoor herb garden. The key is to choose herbs that are well suited for indoor environments. Basil loves warmth and sunshine, so a sunny windowsill is the perfect spot. This herb is relatively easy to grow indoors as long as it gets enough light. Mint grows vigorously and can even handle a bit of shade. It's a hardy plant that doesn't require as much sunlight as some other herbs. Thyme is relatively low maintenance and tolerates drier conditions. This herb is perfect for those who might forget to water their plants regularly. It thrives in well-drained soil and can handle the indoor environment quite well. Remember, a little planning goes a long way in ensuring a happy and bountiful herb garden. So, take the time to research and plan your indoor garden, and you'll be rewarded with a thriving herb collection. Light, my friends, is the elixir of life, and herbs are no exception. When herbs don't get enough light, they become leggy and weak, stretching towards the nearest light source. To avoid this, provide your indoor herbs with at least 6 hours of sunlight each day. The best spot is usually a south-facing window. If you live in a region with limited sunlight, use grow lights. Set a timer to ensure your herbs receive their daily dose of artificial sunshine. Using the wrong potting mix is like expecting your herbs to grow in concrete. Regular garden soil is too heavy and dense for indoor herbs. Opt for a lightweight, well-draining potting mix specifically designed for herbs. This type of mix usually contains peat moss, perlite, and vermiculite. When choosing a potting mix, look for one that is labeled as well-draining or for herbs and vegetables. Avoid using potting mixes that contain moisture-retaining polymers. Water, the lifeblood of any garden. It's essential for the growth and vitality of our plants, especially our beloved herbs. But just like we can have too much of a good thing, so can our herbs. Overwatering can be just as harmful as underwatering. Overwatering is a common mistake, especially among novice gardeners. It can lead to a host of problems that can be detrimental to your plants. Overwatering suffocates the roots, preventing them from absorbing oxygen and nutrients. This can cause root rot, a condition where the roots decay and die. On the other hand, underwatering leaves your herbs parched and thirsty. Without enough water, the plants can't perform essential functions like photosynthesis. The key is to water your herbs thoroughly when the soil is dry to the touch. This ensures that the water reaches the roots where it's needed most. Stick your finger about an inch into the soil. This simple test can help you determine if your herbs need watering. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If it's still moist, wait a day or two and check again. Ensure the water drains through the drainage holes at the bottom of the pot. Proper drainage is crucial to prevent water from stagnating and causing root rot. Avoid letting your herbs sit in waterlogged saucers. This can lead to the roots being constantly wet, which is not ideal for most herbs. Most herbs prefer to dry out slightly between waterings. This mimics their natural environment and helps them thrive. Additionally, consider misting your herbs occasionally. This can help maintain humidity levels, especially in dry indoor environments. Now let's talk about drainage, the unsung hero of a thriving indoor herb garden. Always choose pots with drainage holes, These holes allow excess water to escape, preventing the potting mix from becoming waterlogged. When selecting pots for your herbs, size matters. A pot that is too small will restrict root growth, while a pot that is too large can lead to overwatering. As a general rule of thumb, choose a pot that is about the same width as the mature size of your herb, and don't be afraid to repot your herbs as they grow. Now, just like we need a balanced diet to thrive, so do our herbs. Think of fertilizer as a vitamin supplement for your herbs. Too much fertilizer can actually harm your plants. When it comes to fertilizing indoor herbs, less is definitely more. Start by using a balanced, water-soluble fertilizer diluted to half strength. Fertilize your herbs every 4 to 6 weeks during the growing season. Avoid fertilizing your herbs during the winter months. For indoor herbs, we recommend using an organic liquid fertilizer. Now this is the fun part, harvesting the fruits of your labor. Pruning is essential for encouraging healthy growth and preventing your herbs from becoming leggy and sparse. When you prune your herbs, you're essentially pinching off the growing tips. This results in a bushier, fuller plant with more leaves to harvest. To prune your herbs, use a pair of sharp, clean scissors or pruning shears. Pinch off the top inch or two of each stem, just above a set of leaves. Regular harvesting encourages the plant to produce more leaves. It's a win-win situation. Now let's talk about those pesky little creatures that can wreak havoc on our beloved herb gardens. Pests. Regularly inspect your herbs for any signs of infestation. Early detection is key to preventing a full-blown infestation. If you do find pests on your herbs, don't despair. One of the simplest methods is to physically remove the pests. For more stubborn infestations, you can use an insecticidal soap or neem oil spray. Always follow the instructions on the label carefully. Now let's talk about temperature and humidity. Two often overlooked factors that can make or break your indoor herb garden. Most herbs prefer temperatures between 60 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit during the day. Avoid exposing your herbs to extreme temperature fluctuations. Herbs generally prefer moderate humidity levels, around 40 to 50%. To increase humidity levels, you can use a humidifier or group your plants together. Excessive humidity can lead to fungal diseases. Ensure your herbs have good air circulation by spacing them apart. And finally, the most important ingredient of all, patience. Growing herbs is a rewarding experience, but it requires dedication and a gentle touch. Each herb has its own unique needs and preferences, and understanding these can make all the difference. Growing herbs, just like any other aspect of gardening, is a journey, not a race. It's about enjoying the process and learning as you go. From the moment you plant those tiny seeds, you're embarking on a path of discovery and growth. It takes time, care, and a little bit of love to nurture those tiny seeds or seedlings into thriving, fragrant plants. Regular watering, the right amount of sunlight, and occasional feeding are all part of the nurturing process. Don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate growth or if your herbs experience a few setbacks along the way. Yellowing leaves or slow growth can be signs that adjustments are needed, but they are also opportunities to learn and improve your gardening skills. Keep a journal to track your progress and make adjustments as needed. Documenting your journey helps you remember what works and what doesn't, making you a better gardener over time. Now you know exactly what not to do when growing herbs indoors. By avoiding these all too common mistakes, you're setting yourself up for success. If you found any value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment below about your own indoor herb growing experiences. Happy growing!